Our guide was Eric, shares his knowledge/history/trivias of the places we passed by and we visited. Trip was smooth, limited time but are all reasonable. Tourmates are always on time, watch emoji. Definitely a good idea to book this tour instead of traveling on my own from stations to stations, zany face emoji. This day tour was perfect. We used Lodscloak for 10% off and couldn't recommend the trip more. We didn't have enough time to fit both Kyoto and Nara into our Osaka itinerary, but this day trip encompassed all the parts we wanted to see and do in one day. Only thing I would mention is that Nara is the last stop and everywhere had sold out of deer food, so I would recommend getting this before the trip from somewhere, as we didn't find out until we arrived. Thankfully, a lovely man gave us some food so that we could feed the deer, so we didn't miss out. It was so much easier stopping off at all the major spots with a guide and coach rather than navigating the busy trains. Highly recommend. If you're using the discount code, it is 10% first time then 3% off, so we made sure to book everything together: Mount Fuji day trip, Team Labs Borderless, Osaka Castle and our SM whilst we were in Japan. Smile. Highly recommend this tour. It's the best way to cover some of the best places within a day. It was a cloudy day with a little rain, but it was still amazing. Our guide was Chu, who was very kind and knowledgeable. As per the review and details provided, the schedule was tight but efficient to visit all places stated. Not really a tour for you to slowly walk around all the shops available, so have to walk around the spots and take photo really quickly to avoid the whole bus waiting for you. We were short on time, so this trip was perfect. We traveled as one adult and one child. Although the bus was full, everyone was amazing and stuck to the time. We went to Nara first and beat the other tour buses. We did not have lunch included, which meant we had more time at the bamboo forest, which I liked. This is definitely an amazing trip if you are short on time. Mike was a fabulous guide. He gave us just the right amount of information and free time in each location. Thanks Kluke and Mike. So amazing. Love the stress-free travel. Getting dropped off and shown where to go all avoided so much travel stress. I loved it being self-guided, so we create our own pace, ensuring we still got back on the bus in time. Overall, the tour is very good. I would just suggest that guides are more fluent in English. Also, guides can be with the tourist for more info rather than leaving them and go with by yourself. Kobe beef is delicious. We had an amazing day in Kyoto and Nara. Though our guide kept on talking, but overall, it was a nice day. We had no problems with the schedule because it was very followed. The ride was smooth, the day was good though it was snowy in Kyoto. Highly recommended. There were clear instructions about the meetup place. Our tour guide, Tracy, tried his very best to lighten the mood despite seeing our tiredness. He was very helpful, and attended to all our concerns. This tour is one of the best tours for any traveler to make the most out of one day, and see the famous tourist spots at your convenience. Thank you. This was a very enjoyable trip, made special by all the preparations of our tour guide, Gary. It's always nice when you feel like the tour has a personal touch. I think we had more than 20,000 steps on this tour. Very memorable for our family. Gary, the tour guide, was very informative and detail-oriented. Super well organized and love his sense of humor. Super talented in changing channels when communicating with others, from Japanese, English and then Chinese. Gary was incredibly knowledgeable and kind to everyone in the group. He made sure we all felt safe and well taken care of throughout the trip, and his sincerity really shone through in how he accommodated each person's needs. Thanks to him, the trip was not only memorable but also really enjoyable. Highly recommend. We enjoyed the whole process. Our guide was very patient and informative. He shared a lot of the history and culture during the tour. Although we would have loved to spend more time at the locations we visited, we still had a blast, and a jam-packed day. Our tour guide Eric was so great. He was really accommodating and also mentioned a lot of trivias about the places we visited. Highly recommended. For solo travelers who are on the go and carrying luggage is mostly likely you will be able to bring and store it in the bus compartment. Just be sure to check with your guide as well.